Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Planescape Torment. I am your host, MeleeWizard, and I did a bit of looking around, didn't find a heck of a lot, and then when I finally came back here to the Clerk's Ward, thinking, oh, I hadn't been to here. It turns out there's this whole bunch of stuff down here that I never bothered to even look at. So, that's my bad. So, let's see what kind of stuff I did do did a bit of looking ahead of time, not saving afterwards, and so I did find a couple things that are relevant to my interest, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Fair enough. Dwelling. Okay, not much going on here.
Done.
What is this? The Advocate's home.
Goldward, also known as Wanker City.
Okay. So, who is the Advocate? Let us see who you are. This man is dressed in soft blue robes covered with intricate designs. Despite their opulence, however, the robes look wrinkled and worn. You place the man's age somewhere between middle age and early 60s. The worry lines make an exact determination difficult. As you enter, the man turns slowly towards you. As he does, you are suddenly struck with the terrible sense that you know this man, or did at one time.
Updated my journal.
I am Ionis. Were you looking for me? I am an advocate. These are my offices. Do you seek counsel? If not, perhaps you had best test your curiosity elsewhere.
Updated my journal.
He's saying he's a lawyer, a counselor, one of those Burks who rattle their bone boxes at the courts. An advocate provides counsel, helps others navigate the labyrinths of Sigil's legal system, arranges legacies for citizens to ensure that their property is divided as they choose upon their death, defends those in Sigil's courts who have been wrongly accused. Do you need my help with any of these? Yeah, if we had that sensation that we had... No, yet you seem familiar. I will concede that there is something familiar about you, sir, and I apologize for any insult my failing memory may be giving you at this moment. I have been preoccupied for some time now. Have we met before? Frustrating for us both, it would seem. As of late, I've been beset by troubles. I'm afraid it has been a rather trying time these past years. Okay. No, there is little that can be done. Nevertheless, I appreciate your offer. Thank you. I do not wish to burden you. I lost my daughter not long ago. There was also the fire, but that is another matter. Yes, my daughter, Dayanara, passed away some time ago. Right. Okay, I think yeah. What? What did you just say? I see, perhaps. Are you the one she left Sigil with? The one who led her on her journey that killed her? You are the one, and you say you have forgotten? You have forgotten, but the incident was not so long ago. How can this be? countless liars have I known in my tenure in this city. You do not strike me as one of them, at least on this matter. If you truly do not remember, then whatever befell you and my daughter on your journey must have left deep scars. Then I ask your word on this. If your memory returns and you discover what has happened to my daughter, return to me, so that my mind may at least may at last be at rest on this matter. Very well then. Now leave. I wish to be alone with my thoughts. Okay then. Nope. That did not count as a quest. Okay.
Done.
Oh, that's interesting. It's another path to Undersigil, which I decidedly do not want to go at the moment.
I'm gone.
Yeah, let's sample a little turtle, eh?
Yeah, I've run afoul of Undersigil already once before. I don't feel like you're a dang mime. Okay. Thug boss. Finam the Linguist's home. The short, scholarly man, a tight, nervous frown on his face, looks you up and down. Greetings, I am Finam. I must beg your pardon, sir, but I care little for guests, invited or otherwise, so unless you've business with me, I would ask you to leave. I would have you know that I am a scholar and a linguist, sir. While I shall happily entertain any questions regarding my field of study, language and the like, I can be of no help to you in other matters. Fair enough. And apparently you're looking for a book, but it appears that I can't inquire about such things.
I'm gone.
Alright. What do we have? This was the Art and Curio Galleria. Okay.
All right.
Dark Birds of Orcanthus. Several shards of black crystal, or ice, swirl within the freezing wind that this ornate pedestal gives forth. Each shard looks razor sharp. Touching or grabbing one could be perilous. A placard on the pedestal reads Dark Birds of Orcanthus. I have no idea what those are. I'm not going to mess with them, at least not now. Surface of Thalassia. The library. Arcadian stained glass window. Okay. The Folly of Udo. Veil beneath Clangadin. Grey Hag of Oinos. Oh, hello. As you begin to turn away from the painting, something in it draws your attention. A strange tingling sensation arises in the back of your mind, a memory beginning to surface. You recall standing, confused, in a maze of briars. The hideous crone from the painting is before you, cackling wildly. You grit your teeth in frustration, wondering why she's laughing at you. My poor dear lovely man-thing. Why, that was your first wish. She points a single bony clawed finger at your forehead. Your temples begin to throb painfully, and you can remember nothing more. Okay. Statue looks like it's about to make some angry proclamation. The plaque reads, the statue is believed to be the final fate of the Ethersarian sorcerer Gangrio Jaidon, I don't know. Attacked by a conclave of rival sorcerers at the height of his dream madness, he was imprisoned with a spell that turned his flesh into stone. Okay. He is said to have been frozen with a final awful curse still on his lips, a curse so terrible that it was never meant to be spoken by the lips of a living man. Fine cracks appear, run over the entire statue, and there's cracks. You carefully examine the cracks that run like a network of fine black veins along the statue's surface. At one point near its inner arm is a section where an entire splinter of stone looks ready to come off. Wave motion study number 7. I don't feel like I should be touching these paintings, so I'm hesitant to do such a thing. Carved into an image of a winged humanoid. The figure is either demonic or angelic in nature, but it is difficult to tell which because it refracts the light in the gallery strangely. Okay. Outland Raiders. Oh, hello. Before you is a well-dressed elderly woman in a gown of peach-colored and golden thread. She stands quietly, her hands folded together primly, and nods in your direction. It is then that you notice that she has no pupils. Her eyes are entirely white. Greetings, sir. I am Ivana. Welcome to my galleria. Feel free to look about, spending as much time here as you like. Should you have questions regarding any of the pieces, do not hesitate to ask me of them. One moment, sir. Your voice. It is heavy with age and wounds. Would you be so kind as to permit me to touch your face? Okay. Ivana smiles, gently running her old hands over the skin of your face. She frowns, looking slightly puzzled. So many scars, both old and new. They seem to... She touches the side of your throat, flushes, then pulls away. Pardon me, sir. I was curious to see how far they went. That is my daughter. We no longer speak to one another. There's nothing to be said between us. She has gone off in pursuit of stories, all for reasons I am unaware of. Aha. I had no idea. I will see her now. I thank you, good sir, for bringing me this news of my only daughter. As she speaks, color slowly bleeds into her pale irises until her eyes are a brilliant shade of green. Okay. The dark birds.
My journal.
All of them are chipped from the great magical sheet of black infinite ice that rests in the black belly of the plain of Ocanthus. It is said that this sheet of ice is the final destination of the river Styx, and that the recollections of all that have plunged into the Styx's memory-destroying waters lay frozen within the ice. Okay. Okay. A stained glass window found hovering on the third layer of Arcadia 32 years ago, foretelling a scene that had yet to occur. When the event came to pass, the images faded to leave what you saw behind. It is believed to have captured both the light and the darkness from the orb of night and day on Arcadia, then slowly release it, creating a brief but slow fade of dawning and dusk, but only within the glass itself. Arcadia is a plane of peaceful order, also known as the Land of Perfect Good. The orb of night and day is a sphere set on top of Arcadia's highest peak. Each half emits either light or darkness. The turning of the orb gives Arcadia its day and night. I want to say Arcadia is the plane of lawful good. I think. The ruby statuettes. That piece was found in the cathedral in the fertile lands of Elysium on the first layer. Elysium being straight neutral good. Armoria the Untroubled, where it bordered the river Oceanus. The name of the piece is not known, but the skill and craftsmanship are believed to be one of the most striking examples of gem crafting in the plains. The mere way in which the piece captures, distills, and enhances the light through its facets is part of its breathtaking wonder. It seems to bring to light the possible ideological connection between even the most evil and purest beings in the multiverse. Fascinating. What's this? Moment's glance from the walls of Mohemna. Okay, I am going to save before doing this because I fear what is going to happen when I try this. As you reach out to grab one of the whirling shards, your fingers enter the icy wind that rises from the pedestal. Instantly, a coat of numbing frost forms around them, causing you to momentarily draw back. You thrust your hand into the frigid, numbing wind. Unbeknownst to you, your entire hand freezes solid as you wrap it around one of the dark birds. As another of the black shards spins into your fist, your hand breaks off at the wrist with a sharp crack and goes clattering across the gallery floor. You pick up the frost-covered fist and thrust it onto your bleeding stump, noticing that the dark bird you grabbed, a razor-sharp shard of black ice, has already melted away to nothing. It looks like you'll have to catch it in something that will keep it cold. Eventually, warmth and feeling returns to your hand and your tissues thaw and regenerate. Okay. Oh yeah, I took some damage from that, didn't I? There we go. Or there. Okie dokie then. So I'm curious if whether I can bring him back to stone, though. Considering bring him back to life, but considering the cracks and such, I'm hesitant. But considering I had just saved, I'm curious. Reach for the section of the forearm where the cracks have formed. Grip it firmly and yank to no avail. You'll need a hammer to break the stone, and a small one. The limited space between the statue's arm and body means a large one suitable for combat, for instance, won't. Don't I have one? Yeah, I do have one. Okay, so I guess technically this one still won't actually work for this purpose. Okay, fine. So I need a container to help keep that,
Right.
to keep one of those shards in. So that's curious. And what we got here, the Curiosity Shop. I wonder if I'll find the all-night mask here or something. Standish? This downtrodden little man scurries about the Curiosity Shop, dusting, cataloging, and moving things about for the place's proprietress. You notice he smells faintly of onions. He glances up at you nervously as you approach him. Please, I cannot speak with you. I've work to do, and my mistress simply won't allow it. Alright then, fair enough. Don't want to get you in trouble.
All right.
There we go. This sharp-featured woman's appearance is attractive, though somewhat disturbing, with her blue-black skin and bright yellow eyes. As she examines you, a small pair of bat-like wings unfold from her back, then seem to settle back into her skin. Well, well, a floating, disembodied, prevaricating skull, and fall from grace, or whatever it is you call yourself now. Truly a pleasure to see you here. What do I owe the honor of your visit? I thought that you rarely trafficked among our kind anymore. Or is your assignment here almost finished? I do not know what assignment you are referring to, Vrishika, though your presence here brings with it many questions. Last I had heard, you were a standard-bearer for the Company of the Vulture. How did you come to Sigil? She replies curtly, firing a question back like an arrow. By choice. And you? Where will your orders take you next? She suddenly turns to you. You see, little man. She smiles as if savoring the words. The best temptress is one that can make you buy into the illusion of being both promiscuous yet virtuous at the same time. A prostitute priestess, as it were. Mistress Grace is among the greatest. Are you not? You would not think that 1,000 years of slavery had left their scars, you know. Fall from Grace speaks with a coldness you have never heard before. The air almost becomes ice as she dissects Vrishika with her gaze. That is enough. Very well, though you are the ones that came into my emporium. You're the scarred man who's been going around asking all the questions. You sure look lost. Did you want to come in, really, or are you just casing the place because you have nothing better to do? Because Vrishika can help you. I travel and trade extensively. I hear a great deal, I purchase a great deal, and I own a great deal. Perhaps I can make you a great deal. Is there anything else? Is anything you desire? So we got weapons and charms. The Hammer of Comminution? Pretty interesting. Though I seem to be focusing most of my efforts on axes. The Dread Bond. Immunity to panic, +1 strength. Looks pretty interesting. But for the time being, this is what I was mostly looking at regarding the exotic items here. We've got Fiend's Tongue. This is a Fiend's Tongue, a Cornugon's, I think, but who really knows? It's said that placed into the mouth of any living thing, it will give the ability of speech, even if there was none before. So I know there was that one lady in the brothel that couldn't speak, but I think that was mostly by choice. So I'm not going that route. Gorgon Salve. Traded this with some sword-slinging Prime Worlder. Perseus, I think, was his name. Smeared onto the surface of any being turned to stone, it will revert them to flesh. See, that is curious. Metallic cube figurine. A collector's item, perhaps, or a piece of artwork. Who knows? But I like it. If you do buy it, ask around. Someone might know more about it than I. 1,500, oof. Monster jug. It's a jug. It's got some sort of monster trapped in it. That's why your hair's pricking up like that. That's for 123. Front of the store. Chocolate Quasit. It looks delicious, does it not? Imported from the lower plains. These are rare, you know, and quite prized by lovers of chocolate and confections. It's a real Quasit, a fiendish familiar polymorphed into chocolate by powerful sorcery. For 199 coppers, yep. Codex of the Inconceivable. That is the Codex of the Inconceivable. I'll only say that it's just Well, I cannot explain it. Mere words simply won't suffice. You can own it yourself for a mere 1,000 copper. That makes me... I'm wondering if that would be relevant to the linguist. The baby oil. Interested? It's the real thing, of course. Thousands of mewling mortal babies went into the making of this stuff. No. Deva's tears. These were collected from a Deva who was captured during a Blood War skirmish. The fiends tormented the imprisoned angel for eons before he at last escaped. This small bottle holds the 12 tears he shed in that time. Their price is but 100 copper. It's the elixir of horrific separation. This stuff was compounded by a scholar who'd found he possessed a darker half, a side of her which took control at times and bade her do awful things. This potion was to have split the darker half away from her, creating two separate beings. Mercy killers, however, found and executed her for a string of depraved murders before she could use it. Back of the store. Stained lens. You examine the stained ground glass lens the width of your hand, held in brushed steel ring. A small geared protrusion coming off the ring makes it look as if the lens would attach to some sort of clockwork machine, like a Modron, which means it's not really relevant to me. I have no idea what this really is, but it radiates fairly powerful magic. An old soldier named Geesis brought it up to me from a lower plane battlefield. He murdered his own men in order to escape his tour of duty there, and brought me a number of interesting items he collected over the course of the campaign. I've kept it mostly as a conversation piece, though you may have it for 149 copper commons. No. Yevra's Ring. This is Yevra's Ring of almost invisibility. It makes the wearer invisible. Well, almost. Rune-covered ale stein. An ale mug of unusual manufacture, which keeps its contents, usually beer of course, icy cold with whatever the surrounding temperature. Yep. 299, yep. Let's see. A tattered ragdoll. The years have not been kind to this tiny ragdoll. It is coming apart at the seams, and it looks like its threads are unraveling. It is obviously intended to be a replica of the Lady of Pain, but the button eyes and its plush softness don't strike much fear into your heart. Richika holds it up for you. This was found in a well-trapped strongbox sunk deep beneath the surface of Sigil. It was part of a small hoard of treasure and forbidden magical texts, though I don't know what it's for. No. Oh, okay, that was it. Alright. Okay, so now I have...
I'm gone.
Now that I have the means of getting...
All right.
This. Catch one in the Frost Ale mug. You dip the mug into the icy wind rising from the pedestal, catching a small shard with a slight clang. Peering into the mug, you can see that the dark bird is a razor-sharp sliver of black ice. Only the mug's magical properties prevent the shard from melting away to nothing. Alright. Cool.
Done.
What else was there? There's the apothecary. Not to mention... Fine. And a fortune teller. This old woman examines you closely with her sharp gray eyes. First your face, then your arms and various tattoos. Greetings, scarred one. Come to speak with Elobrand, have ye? Come to have your fortune told, perhaps for a paltry 5 coins. Yeah, sure. Elobrand places your coins in her belt pouch and takes your hands. She quietly studies your palms, frowning deeply. At long last, she speaks. Some rare folk are what's called fateless, you see. They wander through their lives, doing as they see fit, creating their own destinies. Ye have no fortune to tell, scarred one. None at all. Have nothing to tell ye, and so here is your coin. Fair enough. Hold ye one moment, Scarred One. My mother gave me something once, long ago, a scroll sealed with wax. A hooded man had entrusted it to her and said that a man such as ye would one day unwittingly come to claim it. Here, I would have ye take it now. Elbrand shakes her head, frowning. I do not know. She was sworn never to read the thing, and I obeyed her request to leave the seal unbroken myself. The man had paid her handsomely to take the scroll, but warned her of the direst consequences should she open it. Okay.
Find out for that couscous, I don't think so.
Could lead to something somehow dangerous. You know what? Sure. This is an old, faded, innocuous-looking parchment scroll, bound with a single red ribbon and smelling faintly of mildew. The ribbon is held in place with a plain wax seal.
Updated my journal.
The scroll contains a few lines of shaky calligraphy and a strange rune. The calligraphy reads, "This may not kill you, but it will slow you down, I am sure. Stop chasing me, you thieving bastards. It's my body. Mine, mine, mine. Now, die." The rune suddenly throbs, and the entire scroll begins to dissolve into a stinking black mess. The fluid seeps directly into the flesh of your hands. In seconds, the magical hemotoxin begins to render your blood into black bile. For a moment, you clutch at yourself, howling in agony, and then the pain subsides. You have survived whatever horrible magic was placed upon the scroll. Well then. Thank you. So, okay. Alright. So, well that was the thing that happened. So I guess join me next time when I see what's going on in the apothecary, and then do the stuff that I can do back at the back in the fest hall. So I guess until then, this is MeleeWizard, and have a nice day.
Such a big one in all my 4 days.